So a pet peeve of mine, right? I'm just gonna talk about this pet peeve of mine real quick. This pet peeve of mine is the fact that a lot of people that I see, the human race, doubts itself. We doubt our intelligence. And I hate when people be saying, oh, I just don't know. I'm not really that smart. I'm not the smartest guy. So, I don't really know what I'm talking about, but this is what I know. But they kind of sell themselves short before they get what they're going to say completely out. And before they actually get their point across, they're saying that their point doesn't mean anything. Especially in the psychedelic community. So people that come across psychedelic knowledge, or let's say they've gained this psychedelic knowledge on their own, a lot of people are scared to express it because they're like, oh, what do I know, right? I don't know what I'm talking about, or I don't, they just use up, they kind of feel bad because they make it seem like it's ego. They're like, oh, I don't want to seem egotistical, so I don't want to seem like, like I'm right, and they use all this bullshit excuses, and I say bullshit excuses because I think that's slightly ego. It is slightly ego to not want to be ego, because you're trying to be good instead of it naturally just coming, I think that what's holding the human race back is things like this. Things like the human race doubting themselves. Somebody said to me, because I didn't finish high school, I don't have my GED, I obviously didn't go to college. Somebody was like, maybe you shouldn't talk about quantum physics. Why? I'm learning about quantum physics. It's not like I talk about it, I talk about dimensions and this and that, but I didn't get that from quantum physics. I got that from my personal experiences with psychedelics. I think that we have this fucked up view of education, knowledge, wisdom, because what I've been gaining a lot from the psychedelics is wisdom. You gain wisdom because wisdom comes from experience, and with psychedelics, you're not just learning information, you're experiencing information. So as you're going through the experience itself is information that you are getting downloaded with, right? And if you really teach yourself how to pay attention, then you can actually start bringing things out of the psychedelic realm and out of the psychedelic experience and putting it into this world. Because a lot of people always say, that psychedelic experience was mind-blowing, it changed my life, but, really, what did it do for you in your life? Like, really, they say all it can do for you is a mental thing, maybe you believe in God more, maybe you believe in whatever more, but, like, what actually did it do for you in your life? And people try to see, people think, oh, if it's not bringing you financial success, then it's not really benefiting you. And I completely disagree. I think that these things, what the psychedelic is trying to do is it knows the human body is extremely frail, right? The human body and the human mind is extremely frail, and it can only handle so much. So all that it can do is give you a little bit, is give you a piece to the puzzle, give me a piece to the puzzle, give that guy over there a piece to the puzzle, give Terrence McKenna like 20 pieces to the puzzle, give Jesus a piece to the puzzle, but what I'm saying is all it can do is give people pieces to the puzzle, and there's going to be certain human beings on this planet that have the balls to speak about what they truly believe. And that's the main difference here, I think. I watched a video recently by sleepyE, and if you guys don't know who sleepyE is, I'll leave his link in the description below. Dope as fuck. I really like his points of view on things. He was talking about this video, basically what type of people do take heroic doses, right? And it made me think, I'm definitely the type of guy that takes heroic doses, because the type of people who take heroic doses, right, are the people that are looking for something. I don't know how to explain it, but And a lot of times, the people that take the heroic doses are the ones that know what they're getting themselves into. Because if you continuously go there, you're starting to understand what it is, right? Because a lot of people take the heroic dose of a psychedelic and it scares them. If it's still, I mean, for me, I still get scared, right? I still get the anxious feeling, don't get me wrong. But there's a different type of fear, right? There's a, with me, I fear for it like I'm about to go on the biggest, most intense roller coaster of my life, right? Or like if astronauts started allowing people to go, up to space with them, and I was about to go up to space for the first time, I'd be nervous as fuck. But in a good way, right? But nervous in a whatever. But then and that's a good type of fear. But then there's the type of fear that's fearing for your life, you know, fearing for like, I don't know, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre type shit, and you're running from a guy like that, right? Like fearing for your life type fear. And if you're fearing for your life type fear, that's not necessarily the same type of fear that I feel when I take psychedelics, because I have developed this relationship with the experience. And that's what I think really starts to separate people who have the balls to speak about their ideas, right? It's the people who believe their ideas. That's the thing. I don't have to believe what you say. You have to believe what you say. So if you don't believe what you say, I can feel it through the camera. I can see it through the camera. We can hear it in your voice. And it's usually the people that are usually doubting themselves that don't really believe what they say. The people that are sitting there saying, well, I don't really know, the psychedelic experience could be real, or it's because that never crosses my mind. I mean, it used to a long time ago, but it has never crossed me, like in the past 4 years, it hasn't crossed my mind once. Is the psychedelic experience real or not? Of course it's real. It's real to me. I've experienced it. Like, it never crosses my mind to think that the reason why quantum physics and quantum mechanics, the answers to the universe, all this shit, it's in the psychedelics. Like, I wouldn't say it if I didn't believe it. Like, I don't... what's so funny is my friend used to say to me all the time, like, do you ever ask yourself if you sound, if you sound crazy? I was like, no, I don't ask myself if I sound crazy. I know I sound crazy to a lot of people because crazy is just what somebody doesn't understand. That's crazy. Like, mind-blowing truths of reality are usually crazy. But my thing is this: you cannot be scared to speak your truth, what you believe, what you've experienced. It's okay. Me personally, like, it doesn't matter, like, someone else might think of you differently, but me personally, like, if you have a YouTube channel, put it in the description below, you talk about some dope ass shit, I'll watch the videos, I'll be in there. But it's like, I'm just gonna tell you that I would never judge you or look at you differently if you claimed that there were fish beings that created the solar system, and in the middle of each black hole, in the middle of each solar system, is this big ass fish. I wouldn't judge you. I wouldn't look at you any differently, because what the fuck do I know, right? I know what I've experienced, and you know what you've experienced. So I cannot discredit your personal experience. All I can do is observe it from all angles with all the information that you can give me to see if it makes sense. Some ideas I won't jive with, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna be like, oh, that dude's fucking a lunatic, or that dude's crazy, or that, or no. I never look at people like that, because I feel like that prevents you from learning. I can learn from people who hate me, right? I can learn from Satanists, from Aleister Crowley. I've taken information from Aleister Crowley, Timothy Leary, Terrence McKenna, Jesus Christ, Buddha, a bunch of YouTubers online. It's like, listen to people's experiences on life And then maybe you'll be able to understand your place in life, because the issue is so many people want to be other people. They try to do what that person's doing, do what that person's doing. They want some type of psychedelic spiritual awakening, so it's like, oh, I'm gonna do what this guy's doing. This is what he did to become psychedelically inclined in life. It doesn't work that way. Like, my thing was smoke DMT, but a lot of people can't gain anything from smoke DMT, and I can understand why. I've been meditating on and off since I was 12 years old. So because I was meditating, I already knew how to silence the mind. So all my DMT trips, the reason why I was able to bring back information and they're really vivid and whatever, is because I know how to silence the mind. So many people are in their head saying, holy shit, oh my fucking God, holy fuck, while DMT is going on. And you can't listen over your own chatter in your mind. You have to silence that chatter in your mind, and it just pours in like the floodgates are open. But this is just what works for me, and I'm not scared to express my personal experiences and what I personally believe, because it's just what I believe. I don't want people to believe what I believe, but I want people to understand that this is what I believe. If I experienced something different, maybe I'd have different beliefs in life, right? I don't know. It's okay to be scared to express what you want, what you truly believe, but, the church isn't scared to express what they believe. Not to call it the churches or the Mormons or, well, it's like, I had Mormons come to my house the other day, talk to me the other day. They're supposed to come back on Monday, but it's like, they're not scared to express what they believe. And in my opinion, I don't believe what they believe. They believe that their God, lives on this planet. I think it's called, Planet Kolob or something like that. And, I've told this story to many people, and a lot of people laugh about the story, right? And, I have no judgment this way or that way. I just don't believe it. I believe Jesus was a human being. And for the Mormons, I believe that if Joseph Smith, did exist, he was just a human being, and there was no angel that helped him decipher the book. It was a Native American, probably. And, there's just common sense to a lot of the magical beliefs in reality. But why are people scared to they're not scared to express what they believe. These people go door to door knocking. They don't even live in these areas that they whatever. They come from different places and they got the balls to express what they truly believe, because they believe it. Doesn't matter how crazy you think it is, doesn't matter how whatever, they believe it. And I tell them all the time, I respect people like that. That's why I talk to them, because I respect people who believe what they believe and they have the balls to talk about it. Because then how else are we going to understand reality? If everyone is only trusting the scientists. Let me tell you, the scientists don't know they're just getting to what the psychedelic people have known forever. So, let me tell you, scientists might think they're so smart because they have these degrees and pieces of paper that claim they know something. But really, what the fuck do they know? All they know is what they're observing. They don't actually know. That's like saying you know this lighter because you observe it, or you know this computer because you observe it, right? I can observe this computer, but do I know how it actually works? No. I know there's different metals and a motherboard and all this other shit, right? I know a little more than average, but I still have no fucking clue how it genuinely works. Why is it that gold and a bunch of other metals, I think graphite and a bunch of other things are in there, right? Why can't you use different metals? Why is it those metals? That's where we are in the human race. And until we get past this, I don't know because I didn't go to college bullshit, then we're never going to get anywhere. The college perspective is only one perspective of knowledge. The science, academia that type of knowledge is only one side of reality. We are left brain and right brain humans. This the science perspective that we're looking at is all just left brain intelligence. Right brain intelligence, once we bridge those two together, we will understand reality, our place in time, why we're here, what we're supposed to do, and and the true endless potential that the human race has. Like, people like Elon Musk. Elon Musk is like one of the very few entrepreneurs that I see, right? And I wouldn't even consider him an entrepreneur. I would consider him just somebody who uses the entrepreneur thing to accomplish his real goal. His real goal is to help the human race get to where the fuck we need to go. And pretty soon here, there's going to be hundreds of Elon Musks, thousands of him, hundreds of thousands. Hopefully, let's get to millions. What I mean is, we need millions of human beings that are not scared to express what they truly believe. That are not scared to go against the grain, even if it makes you sound crazy, or even if whatever. There's a lot of spiritual, like in the psychedelic community alone, there's many different beliefs. A lot of them I do not believe in. There's this, belief of octopus, octopies, that like big ass god octopies that control, reality, or whatever the hell is going on. I don't believe in that, right? I believe what I've experienced. I've never seen an octopus on any psychedelic experience I've ever had, ever. So that's why I don't vibe with that idea. But that doesn't mean I won't listen to it, because obviously I know about it because I've listened to it. I listen to people talk about what they believe. I listen to the Jewish, Buddhists, Hindus, shamans, Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses, all different types of the Christian sect, and all different science, quantum physics, mathematicians. Everyone has a piece to the puzzle. And if we can all stop being scared to express our piece, then maybe we eventually will be able to see the whole